This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
As we go on the air at 4, we are in a weather alert. Gusty winds and rain cutting through the bi-state. A wind advisory is in effect until 7 o'clock tonight. Thanks for being here at 4. I'm Kay Quinn. That rain is going to last until at least later this evening. We have team coverage of this weather. Tracy Hinson's on the road in the 5 on your side storm tracker. And Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us now in studio with your Weather First forecast. Scott?
Well, we are talking about the rain pressing in now to the western portions of the metro area. That's one of the things we've been dealing with today, is watching this rain just ever so slowly creep towards St. Louis. But once it starts, it really picks up. And of course, the roads will be wet just in time for the evening rush hour for many of us. We're looking out into St. Charles right now, and you can see out in St. Charles County, going from St. Charles through St. Peters back to O'Fallon to Wentzville. That rain continues to fall right now. And again, the visibilities are reduced. Look how slow traffic is here along 70 going westbound for our rush hour this evening. So yes, the rain continuing to press in across the region. Here's a look at your Weather First Doppler radar showing that rain pressing in now to western portions of St. Louis County. Rain in Chesterfield, Highway 109, starting to pick it up. Of course, it's wet. It's going to get wet and stay wet. This band sliding in from the south, it's a pretty definitive band. It will spread through the entire area during the course of the next 3 to 4 hours. And so by 9, 10 o'clock tonight, we'll see the back edge of it sliding through. We can expect some healthy amounts of rainfall from this. Plus, we're dealing with gusty winds still. 35 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts have been fairly common today. A few more hours of those gusty winds, especially east and southeast of St. Louis. That's why that wind advisory is in effect for the metro area south and east. So a solid shield of evening rains on the way, gusty winds ahead of the rain especially, and then a cold Wednesday and Thursday morning. Kay will talk more about the potential for frost and freeze in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Scott. Now to Tracy Hinson. She is live in the storm tracker with the latest conditions in St. Charles County. Tracy, what are you seeing?
All right, Kay, quite a bit of rain out here as it's coming down, and it's not so much the rain that's the issue, but it's the spray that is coming off of the cars. In particular, big rigs, as you can see here, that rain behind us on this livestock hauler, it really just kicks up off the wheels and spreads. And as I take us back to that front camera, you can see it's somewhat slower going out here. I'd say speeds are reduced by about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, I did check in with Ameren earlier to see if the high winds we experienced today would impact operations.
On a day like today, we don't expect a lot of widespread outages, but what does happen is the wind starts blowing trees into our lines. And that's where when we get damage on a day like today, that's where most of that damage comes from, is from trees.
Now, George Justice is the Vice President of Electric Operations for Ameren Illinois. He said 10 to 20 years ago, windstorms like what we are experiencing today would have caused widespread outages. But there have been major upgrades to the grid, and those composite poles are a big part of it. He said they'll bend in windy conditions like fishing poles. Now, out here in St. Charles County, here we're just kind of passing the O'Fallon, Missouri area. Those power lines have been looking pretty good, but earlier in the day, before the rain came in, they were certainly swaying around out there. You can see the spray coming off the cars. It is slow going for your evening commute. In the storm tracker, Tracy Hinson, 5 on your side.
Tracy, and we're keeping an eye on the roads for you as well. A major backup on I-44 in Franklin County right now. The left lane is closed on I-44 eastbound at Route O. MoDOT says expect delays for at least the next hour. As you can see, traffic headed westbound on I-44 also moving pretty slowly right now. You can get the Weather First forecast whenever you need it. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355. We'll send you a link. St. Louis city leaders continue their push for safer streets. Right now, several bills are moving through the Board of Aldermen focused on just that. 5 on your side's Mercedes McKay explains how local leaders hope to make significant change.
It's called the Complete Streets Bill, and it was just one of the many bills that was discussed in the committee meeting that focuses on traffic safety, something city leaders tell me is a necessary change.
Monday morning, members of the Board of Aldermen and concerned citizens met at City Hall for the Public Infrastructure and Utility Committee meeting. Among the bills on the docket was Board Bill 217, or the Complete Streets Bill. The purpose of the proposed legislation is to update road engineering in St. Louis that's focused on people walking or biking while enhancing extensive safety practices. Other bills that were discussed included a reckless driving bill and a red light camera bill. Board Bill 217 sponsor, Alderwoman Ann Schweitzer, says this has been a long time coming, and the Janae Edmondson tragedy was the tip of the iceberg.
This is something I've been working on for a while and looking into our streets. This is part of a process of the Board of Aldermen and in the city to address things like that, tragedies that have occurred. And I think you have people on the Board of Aldermen and in the administration who are taking this very seriously and recognizing that we have a responsibility to act.
The bill is still open for public comment, which you can do online or by coming to a meeting here at City Hall. The bill will also be introduced in the next session and will be heard from committee again. At City Hall, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
An old brick building collapsed in South St. Louis today, spilling debris onto a nearby sidewalk. Let's take a look at what's left of that building on Missouri Avenue. Neighbors say it caught fire months ago and has become a dumping ground for other people's trash.
These abandoned buildings, you know, fire, wind damage, okay, whatever, all those things, but also gives these like people a place to dump their trash. Like you'll see mattresses and debris and wood in the alleyway all the time. It's very common all over South and North City. People just dump their trash when they see an abandoned building, inside or outside of it, and that also becomes a nuisance, and that becomes our neighborhood's problem.
No official cause has been given for that building's collapse. Right now, we're trying to learn more about a bank robbery that happened this morning in Jennings. Around 9:30, St. Louis County Police responded to a call at the PNC Bank on West Florissant. We don't know if police have any suspects. We will keep you updated as we learn more. Police investigating a deadly shooting that happened last night in North St. Louis County. Officers responded to a spot shotter activation on Lilac Avenue around 11:30. They found evidence of a shooting. Police later discovered the victim made it to a nearby hospital where he died from his injuries. Anyone with information is asked to call St. Louis County Police or Crime Stoppers. 866-371-TIPS. Detectives with the Major Case Squad investigating the shooting death of a young man in the Metro East. The body of 19-year-old Daniel Nunn was found Saturday in the area of Melvin and Lazarchef Drives, that's in Cahokia Heights. He'd been reported missing from Washington Park on March 18th. Investigators say he was shot to death. No suspects are in custody. Again, if you have any information, you're asked to call the Cahokia Heights Police Department at 618-337-4277, or you can call the anonymous Crime Stoppers tip line. Again, 866-371-TIPS. Just hours ago, jury selection began in the trial of a man accused of killing a St. Charles County woman. About a year ago, Joseph DeJoy was arrested in connection with Jackie Mitchell's disappearance and death. Mitchell disappeared last March after leaving work and heading to a bar. Days later, police found her body in DeJoy's Maryland Heights apartment. He's facing 11 felony charges, including murder, kidnapping, and rape. Mitchell's family plans to be in court tomorrow. We will keep you updated. Another local university is helping Fontbonne University students looking to graduate. Earlier this month, Fontbonne announced it'll close its doors after next year's summer semester. Now, Webster University is one of several colleges designated as teach-out institutions for those displaced students who still need to earn their degrees. According to Webster's website, they're accepting all completed Fontbonne credits and will even match its tuition costs. As kids in the Rockwood School District went to school today, parents got to try out some new tech. The district just launched a new bus tracking app. It's called Here Comes the Bus. The app uses GPS to show when buses approach the bus stop. Parents can even get alerts when the bus is close by, running late, or if their kid missed it entirely. The district's transportation director says this isn't just convenient, it's safer.
This day and age with, tracking kids, I hear it all the time. The times are changing. They're a little bit different than they used to be. Families don't feel as secure as they do with their kiddos walking down the bus stops. And we're just trying to minimize that, maybe give them better peace of mind.
Right now, the app tracks about 14 buses in the Fenton district. The district plans to make the app available to all Rockwood families by the end of the school year. Former